is October 5th, or the 5th day of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. This is our sketch today. It was created by Lisa Sikorsky. And what we have is a bunch of like square stuff, right? So we have I'm calling this, I'm not sure what I'm calling this. I'm not sure if I'm calling this the outside or that might be white. I don't know. So we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe pattern papers here. You know, they're kind of offset squares and things. And then we have a title here, a couple of embellishment clusters. Yeah, it's not a terribly crazy sketch. Ooh, hang on, my alarm's going off. What I've decided to do is I have found this picture of my husband and his parents, and they have both passed. So I thought, you know, it's kind of a nice little picture. And it's, I mean, it's kind of a weird angle in the sense because I think I was sitting down and taking a picture up, but I still kind of like it. I think they look nice, and my husband looks identical, but I thought that was a nice picture to remember them by. And I have it's a Scrap Room Flavors of the Month. I think it was August, so I can't swear on it, but it was one of the last couple of months. And it's Jen Hadfield's Live and Let Grow. And I think this is really pretty. And I thought it kind of went with the color palette of the photo here. So I'm going to use that. You can see the blue. There's a yellow on the back here. There's a little like plaid with flowers. And then there's another flower here with a blue. And then it came with, in Scrap Room Flavor of the Month, you get little samplings. So I've got a few little pieces here. Some of them won't make any sense. Like there's this little girl here, like looking at her phone. I'm not going to use that. But there's kind of some cute florals and stuff like that. And then there's some little stickers too that looked like I can use it in like the sketch was showing. There's like Missing You, which I like, and Live in the Moment, or Thinking of You. I may do one of those. I don't know. Something like that, since they've passed on. So. And I did get into my stash because there's not a title or anything like that in here. So I got into my stash and I have this, I don't know though, y'all. I'm going to have to look at it. But I think this green kind of goes with this. I was just going to put Hardens because I think that might look kind of neat. I might look with that. And then I did also get into my stash because there's a label on the sketch. And there's some labels here. And actually this little ampersand and stuff. I don't know. I'm going to have to see about it. But I might pull something else off here. I'm not sure yet. But for sure I'm going to use one of these labels. That's why I pulled it. So that's what I'm starting with. Let's get to cutting. I'm thinking I'm just going to go in this these layers here like that. I'm kind of imagining I may do that, and then this might be the bigger square, and then I'll cut like a small square, and then, you know, I may have the other. Anyways, that's what I think I'm going to go. I think in just this order, because I thought it looked pretty like that. So let me get started, and we'll come back soon. All right, gang, quick check-in. I have cut my papers, so I did, as I mentioned, I cut it in the layers I showed you. So I cut this, and I did gut the middle because I wanted to use the middle for mats and things, or other pieces. And then I've got my plaid. I cut my little square here. Now technically, instead of gutting this, I could have probably laid this on top of this or something like that, but I went ahead and just cut that out because I wanted to use, I think I used it on the back side of this or whatever. But anyways, then I cut my yellow, this guy here. And then I've got that, and then I've got my photo, and I did use, it was this middle piece here is what I used as a photo mat. And then I went ahead and used a cream. The sketch actually shows a darker mat, but I'm going to go with this direction, this guy. And so I need to put these down. Now, I think I decided what I'm going to do too. These are kind of, I wouldn't say they're bleeding into each other, but they kind of are visually. So I'm going to come along here and just ink the edges of these guys with Vintage Photo to just kind of make them separate from each other. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll come back. I'm not going to make you watch me just ink the edges of something. So I'll do that, and then I'm going to come back on after I've adhered everything down, and I start doing the fun part, which is the embellishments. Shouldn't take a long time now that I've done all the cutting. So give me just a second. I'll be back on. Y'all, this layout comes together so fast after I've done these cuts here because there's not just too much going on with the sketch, right? So I do start with my title. I thought to myself, okay, I'm going to name it. I started off with just Hardens. And first off, I realized after I did this, my H is off to the left and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to have to adjust these letters anyways. I do think the color looks okay. I was a little bit worried at first, but no, I think that looks pretty. I'm going to put that H down there and realize it's too far to the left and think, well, that looks stupid. So I'm going to scooch it over, and then I'm going to decide to add an S anyways for to make it Hardens. I'll actually end up coming in here in a minute too. I don't know what made me do it, if I'm honest with you, but I thought to myself, you know what? I have a little wood veneer I think I want to use over here. It totally just hit. I don't have a reason for it to have been in my head, but all of a sudden it just came. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to go looking in a second. But first, I'm going to pull off this little label. I ended up deciding, I started looking at the big gold one, and then I thought that's entirely too large. So I just go with the pink. It's a pretty little pink label, and I put that down there. And so I set my 2 stash items aside. And then I'm going to pull out my stickers. And I find one that I think I mentioned it to you. It's like Missing You. And then I put another one in the upper right corner. Again, this is once I got the papers cut, the sketch was so simple, not tons of embellishments and whatnot. It wasn't like I had to do a lot of work. So this video is really short. So hopefully you'll get to watch the whole thing, and then you can go on with your day, or you can watch lots of the other people that play along. The 30 Days of Sketches has just gotten bigger and bigger every time. Christy does such a wonderful job. I'm really excited this time because it is all exclusives, and I think her plan moving forward, frankly, is I think she's planning on having exclusives from now on. She used to curate them, from the internet and stuff, but I think she's just, frankly, it's gotten big enough now that there's enough talent that she can probably get exclusives every time. So I think that's her plan, and I'm excited about it. So here I've got my little florals. I've glued that down, and now I'm just taking my little round sticker here. I put some foam. It is a sticker, so I didn't technically have to add any kind of adhesive, but I decided I wanted it to be lifted up because it was laying on the photo a little bit funny. And truthfully, the little stickers are not terribly thick, so they need a little bit of something. So I'm going to glue my other little floral down here. Now, Hello is on the bottom of that one floral, and I did cover that up. This other little floral is kind of plain, so it's okay. So I'm going to end up adding my foam, and then I'm going to put my little circle there. And then fortuitously, I had some little heart puffies up there. And in the sketch, of course, there was 2 little hearts. So I'm able to add those pretty easily. So it's all kind of coming together. And so, yeah, I've got my 3 little embellishments, and I do my little puffy hearts, and I think, okay, well, the little embellishment clusters are essentially done. And so I think this is where I actually look at the title and go, you know what, I'm going to add a little something. So I'm over in my little, I have these little cases where I have like these sheets of things, and I find this Remember. Now, the reason I'm kind of farting around with it is because the Remember is actually broken. I don't know what happened to it. I'm certain I squished it some kind of way or something. So the M has got a little booger in it. But you know what? I'm just going to play like it's not there. I kind of put it down, and I think it's okay. So now it says Remember Hardens, and I like that. I think that's kind of sweet. It's a little bit like I said, it's a little bit remembrance because they have passed away. So I think that looks good, but then I decide, no, you need a little something extra. I'm not going to sit here and say that this layout is more exactly, but I did have to add a little something extra. So I do come in with my little Distress Oxide. I debated over the color, too, as to which sprinkles to use. I debated on like a gold or a pink or whatever, and I end up with this little faded lilac. I don't think I had used this color before, and I thought, you know what, that'll be pretty. So I add me a little bit of water, and I just do some sprinkles, and that's all I'm going to do to this layout, y'all. I'm going to pick this up and slow it down for you to see. I think this turned out kind of pretty. It didn't take me that long. As you can tell, the video is only like 8 minutes, and I didn't cut just a whole lot out. So I think this turned out real pretty. So don't forget to check out the playlist. Like I said, there's going to be tons of people playing along, and it's getting bigger and bigger, and you're going to need to keep up. If you don't watch every day, you'll be in trouble. So make sure you watch every day. All right, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.